Hi, it's Kristen from Pratt Scraps, and I'm here with a process video, and I'm actually doing this for Mercy Tiara's 27-day scrappy challenge. And this month's challenge is to use this is what it says. My challenge for June is to make a grid layout, use at least 3 photos, hand machine or faux stitching, and add a sprinkling of any kind. Now, typically I'm a pretty good rule follower. However, I didn't do the hand stitching. I instead used staples, a stapler. So I did puncture the page, but I just used a metal staple instead of yarn or thread. But I did stick with the grid layout, and I did do a sprinkling at the end or during the process underneath the photos. So, yeah. So this is a picture from last weekend at the cabin, and I'm using an old stack of corrugated paper that I picked up at Joann's quite a few years ago. And I'm just going to, the pictures when I printed them off were a little bit smaller than I had planned, so I wanted to do something to bulk them up without reprinting them. And I decided because the pictures are about s'mores, I could kind of stack these pictures like you stack a s'more with graham crackers and marshmallows and chocolate. So graham crackers made me think of this corrugated paper that I have. And I have 3,000 million Project Life type cards, so I knew when I was going to do this grid design layout that I would be using up some of my cards, which was nice. And yeah, these 6 kind of go together. That's what I went with. And there's a little bit of a glare from in my room here, but the kids all have marshmallows on their sticks and they're blowing on them. And I'm just cutting some tracing paper actually for the background to kind of give a layer, thin layer. It's a little tricky to cut this paper on the caterpillar, but I made it work. You just have to hold it tight. So at this point I didn't really know what my background paper was going to look like, so I'm kind of thinking about that in the back of my head while I'm putting together these little stacks. There's a lot of repetitiveness. You know, what I do to one part of the grid, I do to the rest of the grid. I'm just using a Stampin' Up stamping spot. It's in chocolate chip, just a brown. I wanted it to kind of look like burnt edges. That's kind of what I was going for. And then I ended up just doing everything. All the layers got a little chocolate chip around them. I even do the PL cards too. Quick. That card says love, 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 and that's where I end up doing our title as well, or my title. Wasn't a very original title, but it works, and it's something that we don't do a lot of bonfires and things at our home because we don't have a fire pit or anything like that. But when we go up to the cabin, it's kind of become a tradition that we'll, talk Papa into starting a fire so the girls can make s'mores. So it's kind of a fun thing they started now that they're a little bit older, and it's not as scary to have them around fire, especially the youngest one. I know I didn't attach them yet because I wasn't quite sure. I decided to do my journaling kind of early on before I did the rest of it. And I'm trying to find my letters for my title. more inking. Oh yeah, I didn't know if I was going to do the little corrugated cardboard underneath the title, but then I decided it needed it. And then ended up going, I knew I wanted the word fun, and I'm going to go with the word s'more. S'more fun. Mess around with this a little bit. And now I didn't want to attach everything because half of that, or part of that word is on, part of the word s'more is on the corrugated, so it's higher up than the S and the E would be. So I needed to use foam tape behind those letters. So I'm waiting to attach everything until I get the background done. I'm just doing my journaling, basically just saying how it's become a tradition to make s'mores when we go to the cabin. And I don't remember the exact day that it was Memorial Weekend, but I don't remember which day it was, so I'll have to look that up. I left that one blank. What am I doing here? Oh, cutting that one. Make that one a little bit bigger. Ink it up. And now I believe I'm going to start working on the background. It takes me a minute to decide what exactly I'm going to do. I was going to do like a craft paper or something, but ended up going with white. And a little bit of mixed media. I'm picking out my sprays, right, or what color inks and sprays I want to use. The watercolor. These are some glitter, not glitter, shimmery watercolor paints, and the brand is Yasutomo, Yasutomo, and I got it off of Amazon, or got them off of Amazon, and they just kind of have, it's almost like a shimmers when you paint with them. They leave that glossiness. And I was just trying a different effect, that I do water first, just plain water, and then add the color and see if they bled, kind of, and smeared out to look kind of like the smushing effect. Do that, and I'm just doing a diagonal line. I'm going to keep the rest of it really, really clean. I was nervous to spray this, but it worked out. Let's smush those a little bit. And some splatters. I'm going to dry it up now. Now that it's dry, I'm going to attach the little layers. I offset them all. The ones that are in the corner are a little bit offset, and the one in the center is going to be straight. And then I tried to get the pictures to line up with the background Project Life card to make that one straight. Just to give it a little more, I don't know, texture, appeal. Okay, so I just got a new T-square ruler, so I decided to use that to make sure that my pictures are all lined up straight in the grid. And I had one of these before, and I don't know what happened to it. One of the kids must have taken it, or somebody broke it and doesn't want to tell me. I don't know. So there. I'm probably using it incorrectly. I'm not an architect. Just do what works for me. I do a lot of eyeballing. Again, it's, summer and I'm in a puffy hooded sweatshirt again because it's cold again today. I think it was like 54 degrees yesterday when it was 90 some degrees last week. 100 degrees. The sun is hiding today, so maybe it'll. And here's where I do my not stitching. I do 3 staples in each little card. I did the other cards earlier. I'll place the letters. And then here's where I need to add some foam here. These letters are they're thickers, and they are called marquees. And they're very old, so they don't have a lot of stick left to them. So I'm putting some extra adhesive and then some foam tape on here. I'm just using some really cheap foam tape. It's a little easier to cut smaller than the Scotch 3M foam tape because it's just a little bit thinner. If I was going to do a larger area, I probably would use the 3M brand. But for this little thin foam worked out great. Sticking that. And a little apostrophe. And so that's pretty much it. I'm going to add something around the edges. But thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go right ahead. Seems like every weekend I get a few more subscribers, and it's exciting to me. I don't know what I'm doing this wrong. My arm is dragging across the pictures, so then I figure it out and I do it better. The lines look a lot straighter than they do in real life on this video. They're pretty wonky, but there's my final product. Still shots are coming up. Thanks. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm deciding what to. I feel like there's some empty spots that I need to fill with something. I didn't know exactly what. That's why I'm trying my fingers. Like, what could I put on here? So then I get out. Thought maybe this stuff. I'm trying to I don't know. These are really rustic. An old set of called hodgepodge pieces from Stampin' Up. But they're more brads and things like that. Hodgepodge hardware or something like that. That didn't work for me. So I go get my little flare box out. And kind of go through. Oh, and decide where my 3 anchor points are going, or these will be my 3 anchor spots where I will embellish a little bit. And then I'll be done. So now I'll say again, thanks for watching, and I'll try to get another video up soon.